So the big question is, can you do 2 triathlons with budget gear and a training plan from ChatGPT? Find out.
Transition is athletes only. If you're not actually, nothing else I've said here today, please make sure to chip on your left ankle.
My name's Camilo. I'm a filmmaker here in Colorado. I make commercials and stuff. So here I was toward the end of the summer, feeling good. You know, I'd been on my journey of running at least a 5K every day, lost 60 pounds. I signed up for not 1, but 2 triathlons. I decided to use ChatGPT to help me train for those 2 triathlons. So struggling with 2 new sports that I haven't done since 2009 seemed like a good idea. Those 2 new sports were swimming and biking. Swimming, I'm a terrible swimmer. I've been the kid that, you know, was scared of swimming. Seriously, if you saw me in the water, you might want to save me. That's how bad it looks when I swim. Biking, I do like a lot of mountain biking, but I haven't been with cyclists. I like to make fun of cyclists because they're doing something super efficient to do something that I can do in 30 minutes with a run. The first triathlon I saw was a Facebook ad that I saw, and I'm like, oh, this looks like a fun thing to try. I entered a training plan into ChatGPT that gave me 3 weeks of training, and then I realized I had to get into the pool. So bike to the pool, swim. Training for a triathlon. On the ChatGPT I did enter, just give me a training plan ending on this day for the race. Give me a minimum of 5K to run every single day, and I followed it. With that, I got into the pool, started swimming, and I tried to swim 800 meters according to my watch. It's back and forth, doing lane swimming, and I do everything from the mix of front crawl to breaststroke, doggy paddle, backstroke, just anything to get those 800 meters done. I also got some good bike time, got on the bike. I'll talk about the bike in a little bit, but got on the bike, went out for some long rides, did some tempo rides, did anything my sheet told me to do to punish myself that day, all while waking up at 5 and running at least a 5K. So race day came, and surprise, surprise, the swim was a disaster. Gonna be swimming there. And ironically, the day before I did a 5K, fun 5K with my family, but I felt pretty good. But what was different was the swim had waves, it had seaweed all over my face, it had wind and even rain. Literally, it was the worst thing ever. So we started the swim. I heard at least a dozen people within 10 minutes give up and ask to be taken back to the shore, and I just slogged through. With the waves and the wind, I just couldn't get my breathing right for the front crawl. So I'd front crawl a little, I'd backstroke a little, I'd doggy paddle a little, just whatever I could do to get around the buoys and get off to shore. And I was literally probably one of the last people out of the water. I was feeling pretty beat up after the run, but once I got on the bike, I felt great. The bike really was awesome. I dropped the hammer down. I did pass some people. I was able to these long gravel stretches and come back. Felt great. Nailed the run. Switched up, did the transition and ran, and felt good. So overall, I finished. I didn't die, and it was a victory. You know, I felt pretty good about it, and it's a cool victory because, you know, you've kind of finished 3 sports in one moment. You're exhausted, but you can't wait to do it again. I did finish in the mid pack, even though I spent most of the swim, you know, looking like a drowned cat. So that was a win. So let's talk about gear. Triathlons are known to have expensive gear, and I decided since this was new, I'm gonna go on a budget. I'm gonna just go with the bare minimum what it is. So the big 3 items, I bought a wetsuit. I bought a cheap $80 Amazon wetsuit. And this fits me like a glove. So definitely if you're going to order it, go a size up so you can fit into it. But what I do like is it has this long zipper that goes right out, so you can whip through the transitions fast. to go out, get out of it easier than the other wetsuit I've tried that go all the way down to your legs. I do remember in 2009 struggling with a full-length wetsuit in the transitions and really not having a good time. The second thing was the bike. I borrowed my son's gravel bike, which is a Walmart gravel bike. It's a $250 gravel bike, and it is amazing. There are a lot of reviews and stuff on YouTube. It's kind of had a little buzz this summer, but I bought one and it is fantastic. I rode it for all my training sessions, rode it around town, been commuting on it, and it is awesome. If you want a review on this bike, I'll be more than happy to do one, put them in the comments, but man, it is a fun bike and I can't believe it was only 250 bucks. Next is my swimsuit. There are like $300 tri-suits, and I bought just Triathlon swim shorts. It's basically look like bike shorts with a thin chamois. And my wife got me a tank top that worked perfect with it, and that was my outfit. Bought that with a race bib, goggles. They provided this cap, and I was off to the races. So a minimum amount of expense for this race felt good. So race day was a little different. It was perfect weather. It's called Triathlon. Last Triathlon here, Boyd Lake, Loveland, Colorado. Looking for a finish. The Walmart bike did great. All right, here's my gear wrapped up. The swim was still hot garbage. It was still slow. Someone apparently had moved the buoys, so they were a 15 to 30% longer course than it was. This time I did finish in the middle of the pack for the swim. It wasn't as much of a struggle. My form, you know, I did do much more front crawl than I did in that first try, but it was still a struggle. I did sign up for adult swim classes to get better. And I'm looking forward to being a little better in the water next season when triathlon starts back up. Got out of the water, hit the hammer on the bike, and the bike, oh man, that was good. On the old gravel bike on paved trails was just fast, fun. I was passing everybody and finished the bike really strong. And then the run got off the bike, hung it up, and I just ran. And in a normal run, in my kind of just normal recovery run, my heart rate's around 130. My heart rate was 163 and it just kept pounding. And it was awesome. I was doing 9-minute miles, which is fast for this old man. But again, I got to pass more and more people, stare at their calves. You know, 24, 38, 63, all these people, and I was just passing. 13th in my wave, and number 1 in my age group, and out of 76. So pretty good. I felt much better about how I progressed in this second one. And I think a lot of it was just being confident in knowing that I could finish. Regardless of what place, I could finish. It felt good. Last try of the season, done. Oh, second try of the season. However you want to look at it. So what does the future hold? I definitely want to do more triathlons next summer. I'm going to pencil them in. I am looking at getting a little better bike. The Walmart bike is awesome, but I think my son would want it back. So the big question for you is, you know, what do you do to spice up your training? Is it biking? Is it swimming? Are you terrible at swimming like I am? I want to hear about it. Also, what's this winter hold? This winter is going to be strange. I'm definitely going to do a lot of skiing. But as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or anything you want to say, put them in the comments. If you want me to go deeper into anything, also put it in the comments. And as every YouTuber says, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.